2012 Summer Olympic Games are in full swing with all eyes on the athletes, many of whose dreams are coming true right before us. Well, as fun as it is watching, this is also a great time to get motivated to move, especially for kids. Well, joining us this morning is Dr. Paul Arciero, a professor of health and exercise sciences at Skidmore College and a board member of the American Heart Association. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Good morning to you, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for being with us today, and we're obviously talking about a very exciting topic.
Oh, I think it's got the attention of everybody right now.
I really think that it does, and it's really important the fact that we use the Olympics kind of as a teaching moment, especially for a lot of parents out there. You know, we're all sitting at home, sitting on the couch, maybe, putting our hands in a couple of bags of popcorn or something like that, watching all these amazing athletes out there. But it's really a great time to kind of motivate your kids to get out there and moving and be like, hey, you can do that too.
That's a great point. They serve as a wonderful example in so many ways. When you watch these Olympic athletes, you just can absorb the amount of effort and the hard work and the years that they put in at this. So for kids, it sends a really worthwhile message that hard work mostly pays off.
Absolutely. Now, according to statistics, about 1 in 3 children are overweight. And it's really a battle that if you are overweight as a child, most likely as you go into adulthood, it's going to be a battle that you're going to be faced with basically your entire life. So if you really can, nip it in the bud when you're young, it really could benefit you down the road.
That's a great point also. You have to get started early. And I think the parents play a critical role in establishing those healthy habits of body and mind at an early age. And so the sooner you can introduce young boys and girls to healthy living, both exercise, nutrition, it's going to bode them very well as they move forward. So the American Heart Association has a wonderful message, and I would encourage everybody to go visit the website, www.heart.org, because they have a wonderful site to assist parents in providing that healthy environment.
And I think a lot of it stems from, obviously there's a lot of team sports out there that kids can get involved in at a very young age, whether it's through schools or maybe their, town or something like that. But it's also the individual sports. And there's some really great ways that parents can actually incorporate some of the athletics into their own family life, maybe with their kids' friends and some of their neighborhood communities.
Absolutely. And I think leading by example is the way to go. So, I encourage as many parents as I can to lead by example and get out there and play with your kids or have them see you playing. It's really important. And you mentioned sports, and I think sports is a wonderful way to introduce kids because that provides, as long as most parents don't get too involved, an opportunity for them to play. And I think having them create their own games is really important. And they don't have to play sports. I think sometimes kids are somewhat reticent to play sports because maybe they don't have the skill level that's necessary for them to succeed. So I say create your own games or do non-sport type activities of swimming, biking, jogging. So one of my favorites that I grew up doing with my cousins and friends in my neighborhood was a mini triathlon. And we created it all on our own.
Just in your neighborhood?
In our neighborhood. This was, I'll date myself, but many years ago, and it was just a matter of us grabbing our bikes and jumping in a pool and really exploring the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's kind of going back to the basics here and getting away from the televisions and away from the video games and the iPhones and all that sort of stuff and really getting out there and just playing and having fun.
Playing and having fun and creating your own game. And so as I mentioned before we came on air, ping pong and badminton, those are great activities that kids can do.
And we still love them as adults, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Dr. Arciero, thank you so much for being with us this morning. For more information on how you can help get kids moving, just go to our website, fox23news.com.